My name's Steve McNeil. I'm Associate Professor in the Department of Chemistry and Biochemistry at Wilfrid Laurier. I teach introductory and intermediate organic chemistry, and I also do research in chem ed. The main reason for flipping a classroom is to take a lot of the information transfer that happens in a typical lecture course and move it online so that students can learn material before they come in class, and you can use class time primarily for application of that information. So a flipped classroom, if done properly, is loud and it's fun because students are engaged in activities for most of the time rather than sitting passively listening to an instructor. Well, with any teaching innovation, you would hope that you are improving student learning. Although I haven't done research in my own course to see that that's happening with my students, I truly believe that it is based on the literature that's out there that supports it. I know from surveys that I've given to my students, there is certainly a perception of learning, of improved learning in a flipped classroom environment, and students feel more engaged there. I know that from years of surveys that students are more engaged. They feel that they're learning more in a flipped classroom environment. And a big part of that is the flexibility that comes with a flipped classroom, with more online content. I have video lectures, annotated PowerPoint slides. They have an e-text that they can read. These things give students options, to pick and choose the resources that work for them. And with that large online content, students have more control over what they learn, how they learn it, and when and where they learn it. Well, when you implement a flipped classroom, you tend to do a lot more formative assessments, and that means you are assessing students more frequently, often on a smaller scale, where you just have more opportunities to see where they're struggling and where they're doing things well so that you can modify content, modify your activities to address the areas where students are struggling. For me, it's all about the students. I read a lot about flipped learning, did research on flipped learning, and really believe in the benefits of a more engaged classroom, improved student learning. So for me, it was all about doing something that I really felt was going to benefit my students. I guess when I started doing my transformation from a lecture component to a flipped classroom environment, I did quite a bit of reading, but I still think that looking back, I should have paid more attention to, best practices. What is the evidence for the sorts of things that work and don't work, for the online component, but also for the in-class component. And I think I certainly could have used better use of the resources available on campus. Right now, if somebody's thinking about flipping their classroom, they have a number of faculty members they can turn to for advice. There are there are resources in the Center for Teaching Innovation and Excellence that can really help with the planning and implementation of a flipped classroom environment.